Hey everyone, welcome to the Brewcast, hosted by me, Black Ops and C99.
Why the hell did you have to say that? Just call me Black Ops. Why do you have to go
No,
like Black Ops 1999?
because
That's old me.
I know it's
This is
old
new
dude.
me.
That's why I'm not the cartoon of 69 anymore. But I just know your username because I typed it so many times for Nirvana, typing in the whitelist and whatnot. That I can like all the people from Nirvana, I can just do their thing. I think I might still have a document somewhere of all the usernames and whatnot, just in case, because I would like whenever we'd switch server hosts or something, I would always end up forgetting someone, so I just had a list of everyone. So I go, all right, these are the people that are on the server. Don't forget, because they're just like in the Brew Gaming Network, there are some people that are just not around very often, and so okay, so oh, hi, Kitty. So there's something that happened recently. I don't know if this is too appropriate to talk about, but
Is
I'm
the
gonna
cat
talk.
gonna be the guest?
Yeah, sure. I don't know how appropriate it is to talk about it, considering it's kind of like a inside thing with the network. But seeing how I'm hosting the podcast this week, I'm gonna do it anyway. Uh, uh, for some whatever reason, like Armor and Rivet and
Wait, before you
War
say
and
it. Viewer discretion advised.
oh,
Do
if
not
you're
watch
your
this
discretion
movie
is
about
advised.
armor.
If you get offended easily or you don't like Black Ops, just discretion advised. So
What if you just don't like me?
so the drunk gaming people were trying to go on the Brewcraft server for whatever reason, and War was not whitelisted. So I guess this isn't like a bad thing to talk about, but it's kind of it's related to what I said, that it's like when you're just, especially when you're adding new people, you just kind of forget to add them to things, and like it happened to War. So that's that story. Have you seen? Okay, real quick. Have you seen all the stuff happening outside the Trump rally tonight in Chicago?
No, I haven't, but I read something where a Trump supporter punched somebody in the face.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's we're going interesting on this.
Yeah, it was there
I'm
was
ready to vote.
so I was late for coming to do this podcast tonight because I was trying to, or because I went up to my grandparents' house, and so to preface that too, uh, my great grandma died,
Oh,
and
sorry to hear about that.
she was 98. So really, it's all right. We're all right. Yeah, thanks. Um, and so we were up there because I'm like, well, we should probably go comfort my grandpa because it's his mother and all that. He doesn't give a shit. He was totally fine. He's kind of like
She never gave me cookies when I was young.
he's like, yeah, well, funeral's a Saturday, so oh well. They
Funeral
turned
Saturday, bring flowers.
on they turned on the news, and then we started seeing the stuff at the rally. But then that's why I went up there. I was like, all right, well, we gotta comfort him. And then the rally, all the stuff happening at the rally happened. Like there
Oh my
was
God! Now I gotta
so
read. Now I'm gonna read
yeah,
this
you go
about the
look
Trump rally.
into it. Yeah, I'll talk for a while. So outside of the rally, there was lots of angry people. Funny enough, a lot of them seemed that were holding either anti-Trump signs or pro-Bernie signs, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Pro Bernie.
Yeah. So there was, but that was it. That was like, oh, okay. The dumbest sign I saw though was Trump hates puppies. It's like, okay.
Well, let's see. He calls off the Chicago rally due to security concerns.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's why, which makes sense because these people were
He
very
doesn't
angry.
want to see anybody hurt.
That
He's caused multiple people to get killed.
Yeah, no, he said that he was. We were watching. We had to watch Fox News, so that was great. But
Oh
so he was
God.
he called in and he was talking to Greta Van Susteren. I can't. I think that's how you say her last name. And he's talking about how he doesn't want anyone to get hurt. He wants everyone to be fine on both sides. But then again, there's like montage videos, like 2 or 3 minutes long, of just clips of him saying, yeah, just like kick the shit out of him. Blah, blah, blah. I that's not like a verbatim quote or anything, but so he's an interesting fellow, that guy. Um,
You know his wife is actually wasn't born in America. She was actually born in
Shit.
yeah.
Hmm?
She's an immigrant and she's defending him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. The thing is, we're not gonna talk about politics for too much longer because
Oh,
you just
please.
shouldn't. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
Chicago
no,
rallies over people. That's all you need to know.
yeah, but a lot of people that you wouldn't expect to be Trump supporters are, and it's this whole election is super interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
we were discussing that like on the bus on the way back. It's like, oh,
yeah,
who'd you vote for? Like Marco Rubio. I was like, it's Rubio. What the hell are you saying?
Rubo,
What are you saying, guy? It's Rubio, not Rubo.
Rubo.
Oh,
Yeah, but I mean, and the fact that Bernie Sanders, a socialist, is running in America, it's kind of crazy. But the whole thing's interesting. It's very fun to listen to, especially listening to Trump talk. It's a thing. All right,
he
we're
does
moving
the
on though.
hand signals.
Oh yeah,
Just
he's
the
like,
hand sig-
I
every
have
time
lots of
talking,
friends.
just
I have lots of friends. Everyone loves me. Everyone
this.
loves me. I have lots of friends. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
is he
sick
like
of it.
trying to communicate to like the deaf people of the world? Just
By just waving his hands back and forth.
like, did you see like that Obama thing where he went down and he had that speech and he had like that translator who was just making all those like weird signals?
Yeah, I did. That was a
And
while ago,
apparently
wasn't
he
it?
was like a mentally unstable man. He was like 15 feet away from the president. I was like,
Ugh.
this is perfect. This is perfect. This
It's just Oops, my hands
America.
got there. Yeah. Anyway, so did you see the new Captain America trailer?
Yes, I have. Bad news is I didn't go see the previous installment of it. I saw the first one, but I just really haven't gotten around to see the second
Oh,
one.
you
I
haven't seen
know.
it? Oh, it's really good. You gotta get on
I
that.
mean, yeah, I mean, it's got the Winter Soldier and a bunch
Mhm.
of other, but I'm really want to see this one because it's basically Captain America versus Iron Man.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Avengers movie we wanted. Cause like, did you saw oh, excuse me, Age of Ultron?
Yeah, that was a great movie.
It was okay. I thought it was okay at best.
Well, I like the ending. That's basically it.
Like kind of like the action bits or like the story point. I don't remember.
Like the
There was
ending,
story.
like where it's like setting itself up for another sequel, and it
Oh, okay.
felt
What
like
was it?
Guardians
What
of
was
the
the end?
Galaxy.
Okay, real quick. Spoilers for a movie that's like a year old now. Okay. Anyway, so what happened at the very end?
I think it was like what was it? One of the bad guys from Guardians of the Galaxy showed up, and he said he was gonna avenge like
Oh yeah, was it? Yeah, with Thanos, right? Wasn't he there?
yeah,
The guy who looks is all purple and stripy.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I remember that now. Yeah. So, how much do you know about like the Marvel comic universe?
Marvel comic universe. It's kind of like DC. It just kind of ties in with each other from time to time, but
But do you follow it a lot?
uh, kind of yes, because DC's kind of like gone its own way now. And I was like, I might as well just go to Marvel now.
Yeah,
Not, I
I
mean,
don't especially. So a lot of the stuff in the movies I'm seeing for the first time. But I know that for some people who are really into the comics, they saw Age of Ultron and even the first Avengers, which I personally really liked, and they kind of go "Meh," because it's like not sticking to the right points of the comics and blah 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 blah. But
I thought actually like the second Avengers movie, Loki was just gonna come back again and do something else.
ugh, that would have been really annoying because he already came back in that second or third Thor movie. Do you like the
God.
Thor movies though?
How do I say this? Never watched any of them.
Don't bother. They're boring.
I mean,
It's
I get that he's like a thunder god and stuff like that, and he wields the magical hammer of sledging. So
the magical hammer of sledging. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's
the
what
the,
Mjolnir.
the Rockefeller, we'll call it
Mjolnir translated English is hammer of sledging. So
that. Hammer sledging. Yeah, it's just.
yeah, uh,
I mean, I like that, but I'll just like watch him in the Avengers movie. I don't
yeah,
need to know a backstory about him. He's basically this guy who lost his powers. He goes to Earth. Yada yada yada. He gets his powers
yeah.
back. He's got to fight his brother, who's basically the god of mischief. Who,
Hmm.
like the Riddler, is a complete dick.
It's like the Riddler, but a god.
Like the Riddler, but God.
Yeah. You know, I think Loki would have been better if he was the Riddler.
They both were green
No, but Jim Carrey's Riddler from Batman Forever.
forever.
I think yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's Batman Forever's the one.
The
Yeah,
best, the best ginger Riddler we ever had, and the only one.
he wasn't even ginger. He was like pink red kind of. It was like I
We
don't,
gotta pull up a we gotta pull up a picture
yeah,
of
in
it
front
now.
of, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna do that. Um, it was
I'll
is
get.
the whole movie was completely ridiculous. I think it's the best is what to say about that one, about that Batman. But at the same time,
But I still loved it though. That
yeah,
was that
yeah. As
great.
as a young child, I loved it. I even loved the one. What was the one? But yeah,
Please don't tell me.
Batman and Robin. I loved that one.
Oh God.
I know. And then I hadn't watched. Still haven't watched it in years. I don't know exactly how long. And and I've been hearing a lot of things lately. Watching a lot of the Nostalgia Critic and stuff, and people hate that movie. And there was like those damn bat nipples, and I'm like, I didn't notice.
I didn't notice either. Or bad credit cards.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was just like, fuck it, it's Batman, man.
And then
I was cool
like,
with it.
did you just like, was it Arnold Schwarzenegger's all of his like
Oh yes.
terrible jokes? Just
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger and his ice puns.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go for it.
God. I hate Skype so much. So because you sent that message, it adjusted where where I am like on the screen.
Yeah.
And so now I'm kind of like bumped up, and I'm hoping it's gonna go back down. Or I hate Skype. I hate Skype.
I hate Skype too.
What we gotta do? Here, I'm gonna crouch down so I'm in my box. So no, you're fine. I'm like if I'm sitting like this, I'm cut off like right here. So I'm gonna do this. See, mark is red. There it is. So what we gotta do is we have to find an alternative. There, I'm fixed. We have to find an alternative to Skype because I'm getting really sick
Discord?
of it.
Gonna get this.
Discord, get on the video feature. I'm sick of using Skype. I hate it. This podcast is so hard to do with it as it is. I don't know how Chris gets it set up just like he does. I guess then again, Chris isn't doing 2 or 3 people. He's doing like 6 people. Whenever Chris is around, he's always... Never mind.
He's always here or there.
It's always 6 people. And
He's not even here.
no, that's why I'm here. So, and I'm doing this one. It's just me and you. Then... I'm...
Mile a minute, man. Mile a minute.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't know. So okay, so what did you think of the new Spider-Man outfit suit thing? Which is saying it's new is, I don't think it's quite right to say it's new. But so what did you think of that?
Spider-Man outfit or
The spider
what?
suit in the new Captain America trailer?
Oh, I didn't see the spider suit. I missed that. God,
It's the very end of the trailer.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. I probably missed that. I was just like more focused on like the Captain America versus Iron Man. That's like gonna be the biggest like side choosing since Twilight.
Get on YouTube and watch the trailer right now, or just watch like the last 30 seconds of it, and so then we'll talk about it.
I still want to know like about this new Batman versus Superman movie. I mean,
Yeah, I'm curious because there's a cartoon that came out a few years ago. I don't remember when it was exactly. Or no. What I'm thinking of is Superman Doomsday. Actually, there actually was a pretty good Batman vs Superman animated thing on. I saw it on Netflix a couple years ago, and well, the one thing that I didn't like about it was that every guy in the thing had like huge chins. It looked like the Crimson Chin from Fairly Odd Parents. Every single person or every single guy, and it was really kind of distracting. And then the fight ended up taking place when Bruce Wayne was like 60, so it was like really young. Well, of course, Superman looked young. He's like young, buff Superman, and like.
oh, you mean like the
old.
Batman Returns thing?
That might have been what it was. It was like a 2-parter thing.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh man, that was one of my favorite kind of movies that I'd watched the 2-part. That was
Yeah. Either way, so the chins were fucking huge. But yeah, it was, and that was probably the best I've seen of it, of like actual like superhero versus superhero thing. Because I read Civil War, or I think I did. Or at least at the very least started it, like the Marvel comic, or the movie that's coming out, the Captain America one. I read, and it like the first portion of the comic was just like.
So is Spider-Man like wearing that black thing?
No,
That's-
he's Spider-Man. You'll.
I mean, I'm watching like where they're like running against each other.
No, no, no.
There's the Hawk guy. There's
It's
Ant-Man.
after they show the Captain America Civil War logo thing. It's after that. It's like a
Oh,
post credits scene for the trailer. um. Oh, but what I was thinking of that was really anus was it was a Superman
oh,
Doomsday.
yeah. Now I'm seeing it.
Oh, you seeing it now?
What the hell?
What? Okay, you heard him sound like he's like 12 years old.
No, it's not that. It's just I liked the Spider-Man better in the movies. I mean,
Which
that
okay,
suit
okay.
actually looked realistic. This one looks
Which
like it's
movies?
actually from originals. To be honest, the
The
originals.
Sam
'Cause-
Raimi, I think is that who it is?
yeah, Sam Raimi with
Yes, it is.
Bruce Campbell in almost every one of them.
Was he? I know he's in the first one. Is he in the
Oh
other
yeah,
ones?
Bruce Campbell's in like all of them. Like he's that snarky ticket usher when Peter's
Hmm.
trying like to enter
No,
the
no,
play to go see.
Hey, wait, who?
That was the second. That snarky ticket usher, like you
Oh,
remember.
okay, yeah, yeah, okay. I remember that. Was
And
he in
then
the?
that French guy at the restaurant in the third movie.
Yeah, that I don't remember. So, yeah, I remember he was like the wrestler announcer, then yeah, the ticket guy, and then
Yeah, he was like that French
French
waiter at
guy.
like the restaurant where like Peter was waiting for Gwen. Not was it Gwen or God?
Yeah,
No, it's not Gwen. It's
Mary Beth.
Mary. Mary Jane. That's it.
Oh, is he actually waiting for Mary Jane? Oh, okay.
Like,
Um,
I still like the Gwen. I still like the Gwen storyline better from the new ones. That's about like what I like about it.
yeah, when it comes to Peter Parker romances, the Gwen Stacy whole thing in the Amazing Spider-Man movies was better. Yeah. Though I do like Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker and Spider-Man better. I just because I just really like
There's
those
like
movies.
all these good and bad for both of them. Just,
Yeah, but
they should have
now
just mixed both of them together.
now
That's all.
Spider-Man kind of looks like the 1960s animated cartoon. I think it's
You're right.
when,
That's
when,
what
when did that come out? Hold on, let me check. You-
1960s.
was it the 1960s? I can't remember.
I think it was 1960s or early 70s. I mean, was it in color? Then it was
Well, yeah,
probably
it was a
early 70s.
cartoon. Yeah, there was.
Oh, then it was probably 70s or like late
Um,
70s, early 80s if it was in color and they were.
let's see. First Spider-Man animated series. There it is. Thanks, Google. 1967. So it was like late 70s or late 60s. Oh, it only went for 3 years. It ended in 1970. Okay. So just basically the late 60s then. So, yeah, that's basically what the new Spider-Man looks like. He's really... Because, like, the Sam Raimi ones and then the new Amazing Spider-Man ones, the spider suit was
They
kind
look
of...
better
Yeah, it looked better, but it also was darker, too.
and
Like,
realistic,
darker,
and a little bit more
darker in color.
realistic. Like somebody actually like sewed it together.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. But then the new one now looks
CGI.
brighter. Well, it definitely looks a lot more fake. You're right, but also the colors of themselves in the suit are a lot brighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm looking at the picture now. Let's see if I can show it on here. That's a lot like what the suit.
Yeah,
looks like.
that's what it looks like. Yeah.
So,
When are we gonna get our Marvel versus DC movie? I'm ready to see
man, that would be so good.
Now, here's what I bet it would be like. It's gonna be good, but it's not gonna meet people's expectations. It's gonna be way
there's no way.
overhyped.
There's
And
no way you could with something like that. That would, man, I want. You know what I want? Because I mentioned this in the public Discord, like in the description. Oh, excuse me. That DC has better villains and Marvel has better heroes.
DC
So-
villains versus Marvel heroes.
Yes, that's what I want. Because
Oh yeah, I always love Darkseid and the Joker and Cheetah and Solomon Grundy.
Cheetah, man, ooh, damn.
What a furry!
Yeah, it's.
Go watch Zootopia, you sick freak.
I've heard that's really good. I've been kind of meaning to go see it at some point, but it's kind of never gotten around to
I
it.
think it almost topped the box office, but 10th Cloverland Drive or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was at 10 Cloverfield Lane. Yeah.
Lane or something like that. Yeah, I think that one actually topped it.
Were you the one that went and saw that, or is it someone else? That's talking
yeah,
to you?
I went to go
Okay.
see that.
So, well, now if you've seen that, how was that?
It was a good experience. It was like, like I said, a woman after a car accident gets basically trapped in this guy's basement. shackled up like it's a Saw movie. Oh
Nice.
God, you gotta pull it. You gotta pull the chain. Then the survivor says like everybody outside is dead, and then the woman reacts the way you're lying. You can't be telling the truth. Then she's just down there playing Scrabble and Monopoly, and then she decides to break out, and then outside it just looks like hell.
Are you spoiling
I
the
don't want.
movie?
I don't really want to spoil the movie for everybody.
Okay,
I want people to go and see this movie.
yeah, I kind of want to see that. Man, there's so many movies so there's all like the superhero movies. So the Batman vs Superman, the Marvel, all the Marvel stuff. There's
We don't have
Star
enough
Wars at the
money
end of the
though.
year. There's a Harry Potter towards the end of the year as well.
Oh my, you serious? Is there another Harry Potter?
Well,
I mean, I kind of done with the Deathly Hallows
it's
part
what is
two.
it? It's magical
Reboots.
mythical beasts and where they come from, or magical beasts, something like that. And so it's not like a Harry Potter movie, but it's in that same universe.
Okay, as long as it doesn't have to like do with the storyline whatsoever.
I wouldn't mind that. I love Harry Potter.
I mean, I'm pretty much done after Deathly Hallows Part Two. I don't.
I could do more forever. I love those. I love those movies so much. I just love. Okay, let me see what it's called. But so, and then I want to go see the new Cloverfield thing, which I've heard is also not very Cloverfield. It's more like just has the name. I don't know what you think, but
No, it's not really Cloverfield. I think it's more like post-apocalyptic, not really Walking Dead type.
no, yeah. Well, so in the same kind of way Cloverfield was, I guess.
Think
Anyway,
of
so
it like
that and-
like a little bit of a quieter version of Raccoon City from Resident Evil.
okay, okay,
It's like there's everything's abandoned and everything's just more quiet and more suspenseful.
okay.
Or Silent Hill, you can make that draw a line there.
Oh, okay. The Harry Potter one is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That's what it's called. Okay.
In my backyard. I got my own farm. It's called Farmville.
yeah. So yeah, there's that, and then 10 Cloverfield Lane, and then Zootopia, and whatever. And there's gonna be some random movies throughout the year I want to see. Point is, yeah, and I think you kind of said it while I was talking, naming all the movies. Is there's no money for it. There's no way. There's just
I
no
gotta
way.
go withdraw my money from my bank account. I want to
Yeah.
go see Zootopia now, all
Movies-
because I heard
movies-
it's pretty good.
Yeah, movies are expensive, and no
So it's
one can
pop-
go see all the good ones. And it's just kind of a shame.
Yeah, that's why everybody says wait till they're on DVD or like the dollar movie
Yeah,
theaters. I'm
but
like,
then you kind of end up buying
takes
a bunch of
forever.
DVDs or whatever. And yeah, and I guess you could go to like a second
dollar
run,
movie
a
theater,
second
but they
run
take
theater.
forever just to go. Take forever just for it to get there.
Well, yeah, there's that too. Yeah, and and then with being on the internet at all, things are gonna get spoiled. So you can really only wait too long.
No, yeah,
Just kind of shame.
Wikipedia it spoils everything for
That's
you.
what you need TV for.
Go back to TV. Let's not use the internet anymore.
Speaking of TV, you seen The Walking Dead?
No, I didn't. I mean,
No,
I,
that show's anus. I hate it. Except
Yeah,
for
I
this
did
season,
too.
which is actually really good. It's so. Let's go through real fast, season by season. Why? And we'll just kind of give it like a 1 to 10 rating. Yeah.
All right, so you go first about what your rating is,
Okay.
and I'll like put my opinion and say like what I rate.
So I'm giving season 1 6.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5, all because they were trying to do something new, and they did it for 6 episodes because they didn't think it would actually go on
Ugh.
beyond that. But, I mean, I know they were.
Okay,
You
got
were
it.
sneeze. I thought you were
Yeah.
like. "Ugh."
I was okay. Anyway,
They were trying to do something new. I mean, I kind of like the story, the characters. I mean, really love Dale. Me,
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah. I mean, he was in the remake of The Blob as Sheriff Herb Geller or whatever.
Okay.
And he actually looked younger. Like you would not really be able to compare him and Dale. Like here, I'll send you a picture.
No, don't do it over Skype. No, it'll mess up the layout.
I'll send it over like Discord.
All right,
then,
that'll
or-
work. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think season 2 it had a nice, or not season 2, season 1. It was nice because it was still kind of intense. Like you're still nervous for the character, for the characters in the situation they were in, but at the same time, there was a lot of just boring to it. Like there's that really annoying scene when they're in the quarry right before Shane beats the shit out of Ed, where they're talking
Oh
about
yeah.
all the old
I
ladies.
know that was still season 1.
Yeah,
That's still
yeah,
season 1.
yeah. So season 1, yeah. Do I keep saying season 2?
Yeah, you said season 2.
Oh, I meant season 1. Yeah. So they're in that quarry and they're all talking about masturbating and it's really uncomfortable. And then, then Shane comes in and beats the shit out of Ed. That made it good. It's such a weird scene before that though. They're all washing clothes.
Pictures. I can't find any pictures about him, but kind of like imagine. No, that's not it. It's kind of half dissolved. Nah, just imagine him kind of younger without like the full beard.
All right. Okay. So we've already spent too long on season 1 then. Okay. So, season 2.
Season 2. Let's see. Nice introduction. Well, you go first.
I'm giving it a 3. 1 point for each of the last 3 episodes.
God. Yeah, I'd really give it a 3-2 only because it just kind of like slowed down the pace. I mean, I really didn't like how it just.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh God, Shane's gonna kill Rick, and Rick lets him live, and then Shane tries to kill Rick again, and then Carl finally kills Rick.
Yeah, and then wait, Carl didn't kill Rick. What am I looking for?
No, Carl killed Shane.
So then Carl, this is what Carl did. He's standing there. He's like, Dad, and it's just like.
All right, I'm gonna say one of the reasons why I hated that scene the most is because look how like the time it took between like the other people to reanimate as zombies. Shane took about less than a minute just to like come back up.
Shane was like dead zombie.
I'm here.
Yeah, and
then he wasn't smart enough. He just pulled the trigger. All the zombies heard it from like Highway 85, and then just walked.
Yeah, basically that last episode. The season finale
when
all the walkers came onto the farm, that was like a really solid episode because
that's why I'll give it a 3. That's because
basically because of that episode. Yeah, because then the rest of the season it's kind of like
okay, you're teaching them gun training. Okay, Andrea's having sex with Shane. Okay, now we're Rick's
talking drama.
And,
Lori doesn't know where Carl is.
Oh, and the most important thing about it. A bar fight. Yeah,
that was good too. That was a good bar fight.
That's probably.
But then around the same time, Lori got in a car crash in the middle of an open road. He flipped her car.
The best, I think, the worst thing that I didn't really like about it was just how, like, they tried looking for Sophia. Oh, she was in the barn the entire time. She was dead. Wow, that's very nice.
It's like, oh great, we wasted the entire season.
Oh great, you're just telling little girls they can't survive the zombie apocalypse. You're going to be locked in a barn for the rest of your life. There you go, and then you're going to get shot in the head by Rick.
Yeah. So that was that's great.
That was complete anus, except for the last episode.
Yeah.
I also like Otis.
Otis is good.
The fat guy is just like Otis, trudging with like the medical supplies.
Oh, and Shane just
Shane shaves his head. Yeah, most important feature about season 2. He's turning into the bad guy.
I'm so glad he did it because it was so important. I don't care. All right, season 3.
Season 3. Let's see. They made it to the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Herschel started growing the beard.
Mm-hmm. And the ponytail.
And ponytail. Governor was introduced. I'll give it a solid 7, only because I love how they introduced the governor, how it was played by a former person from the Doctor Who universe, and then I'll give it that.
David Morrissey was in one episode. It's not like he was a major contributing factor to the Doctor Who at all.
Yeah, still, but it was nice they added him in for that. David Morrissey is a pretty good person who plays his villains.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Lou Temple playing as Axel, showing that no matter in what show he is or movie he's in, he can't live. or even try to live.
He became a human shield for Carol.
I swear to God, just watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the beginning, he only had one thing to do, and he still gets killed. Like he was playing the sheriff, and he still gets killed. And then
Yeah.
and then he plays in the Devil's Rejects. Oh my God! Surprise! He gets killed again. I
So
mean,
he's kind of like John Hurt, who
yeah,
always
he's like,
dies.
yeah, no matter what he's in, he dies. He's just there to die.
Yeah.
And then let's see, the
Wait, I don't
prisoners.
think he died during in Harry Potter though.
Isn't Harry Potter?
Yeah, he was Ollivander.
Okay, so we'll give him a bonus because he lived in that
Yeah.
movie.
So is there anything that Lou Temple's lived in?
That's a good question. All I know is the movies that he did die in. That's what people
Yeah.
most know him for. I'll give you that maybe like tomorrow or Sunday.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll see.
tell
We'll see
like
if we can find
I'll
anything
give
on
you
it.
like a list of movies that he lived in. Other than that, The Prisoners, very nice. Prison, still love it. I am hopefully trying to schedule a tour to go down there and actually see the sets.
Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
the set's still up there.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure they spent quite a bit of money on it, so I
Yeah,
imagine they
they're
wouldn't
just
want to
gonna
tear it
keep it up
down.
as like a memorial.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Let's see.
cool.
The Woodbury attack at the finale, I thought it was. I liked how it like was built up, but I just didn't like the outcome. How like they just rushed in and then rushed out,
Yeah, yeah.
like people lining up to take a crap, just rush in, rush out, rush in, rush out. But I
Yeah.
still love how like the governor just like snapped and killed all of his men, just fled until season 4. Andrea died, so that's something.
Woo!
Tyrese and Sasha were introduced. Not
Hmm.
very important, but they were still pretty good.
Yeah, because the thing is, Tyrese in the show was a big old bitch, but in the comics, he was a fucking badass.
Yeah, I
And
still liked him in the TV show. I mean, like,
I liked him
you know
more
how
than
he like
enough, but
beat him, like how he beat up Martin and he just didn't kill him. I was like, just kill him. Just
yeah, just
You're doing a great job.
yeah.
Apparently, he's like an ex NFL linebacker. I'm like, just crush him with your weight, damn it. You played for the
Yeah,
Jaguars.
seriously, you don't have to kill him if just yeah, that was kind of annoying. And
So
then,
I'll give it a solid 7.
yeah, season 3, I'd give it about the same. There was it suffered something that The Walking Dead suffered for a really long time until this current season, where there would be just a couple episodes where just nothing happened, and it was boring, and like they would kind of have some interaction with characters, but there wasn't even much like character development within those conversations, and so you just kind of went, whatever.
Some of the episodes had like character development. I mean,
They
you remember
yeah,
the most tearjerker episode was like when Merle died and like Daryl had to put him down. I mean,
was that in season 3?
yeah, that was in season 3. I grew to actually like Merle. I mean,
Yeah.
even though he was a complete douche and
That was there was the one episode where it kind of changes how I perceive the show now, where they spend a lot of time focusing on Merle, kind of showing you how he was really inside, which they for some reason just never did before.
he pretty much dead inside.
Taking clothes off? What are you doing?
Nah, I'm just getting hot. I'm just take. No, I have a white T-shirt underneath.
Well, I see that.
Oh,
What happens when the
baby.
white T-shirt's too hot?
I'll take off my pants next. What do you think?
Yeah.
Come on, you
so-
gotta act smart about this.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm distracted. I don't know what to say. I just yeah. I'd probably give season 3 like I might put it back down to the 6 actually, because there was, like I said, there was some episodes where just really
Nothing.
not
It just
enough
dragged on.
happened for a show in an apocalypse.
I think my favorite one that I actually did watch where it was very suspenseful was when the governor was chasing Andrea through like that abandoned factory and he's like using a shovel and just like breaking the glass.
Oh
So,
yeah, and
like,
he's
when she
whistling the
stepped-
whole time, and you're kind of going. "Blah."
Oh Jesus, I don't want to like be in the same. And then like she's about to like spot Rick and he just jumps up behind her and grabs her
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and ties her to like a dentist chair.
Wait, did you say Rick?
Yeah, Rick was about to like spot Andrea, but like the governor came up. And
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I think Rick came up and
that
grabbed
was
her.
like
Okay,
that was
yeah,
like
yeah.
a big tease right there. I was like,
You're like, she's
on.
home. Oh, she's not.
if we could do like season 4, we gotta split into like 2 sections, like before the mid-season premiere and then after mid-season. That's kind of how
Yeah.
I feel. I don't want to treat it as a
I agree.
whole, right?
I totally agree. Before, 5 or 6. I don't
I would
know.
give it a 4.5, only because the season premiere and the season finale saved it. The rest, I don't want to learn about the swine flu going around.
Well,
All
yeah,
right, we've already went through that in Germany. All right, we have medicine for that now. We should just be able to go to a local university, this university, and just go take the medicine and just inject it.
yeah. Well, and yeah, what they were spent that half of the season doing was trying to go get antibiotics for the
Oh,
people getting
and
sick.
the wall, and then like one of those chain link fences were coming down. They gotta do that,
Yeah,
and
yeah, and then
building crops. Oh my God, so
yeah. Well, that
important.
was yeah. I mean, yeah, they had Farmer Rick, and he was all not doing much, and
Like I said, what really saved it was the season premiere because they were going like that store, and the helicopter just falls to the roof, and one of the walkers just totally kills that guy that
yeah,
Beth loved, and she just doesn't care. And then the
it's like,
mid-season finale
oh
when the
well.
governor comes back again,
Yeah, yeah,
and
that
then the
was good.
episode where the governor was in it, like where he was just growing a beard and looking like a pirate.
Yeah, so the pirate governor was yeah, those episodes are fine. You're right. Um, I
Like
think
when he
just
was
I think
Martinez just holding him over like the Walker pit and just like
oh,
slowly lowering him in. I was like, this is why you don't get drunk and have a golf club.
go good with the governor. Yeah,
The governor, yeah.
yeah. I
Like,
think yeah. Okay, I'm changing my answer because that it was fine enough. I got kind of sick of the sickness stuff, but it was fine. I'm gonna give
that's
it
why we don't have
yeah.
bacon.
I think I'll probably give it like a 7. But then the second half of the season, they did they leave the prison in the first half?
Yeah, they left the
Oh yeah,
prison.
and
It
then
was
they
just
were
kind of wandering. I'll give it a 5.5.
yeah,
Only
because that
reason.
was when they were all trying to find Terminus, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
But
that
it was
was
just like the story sinks is like trying to get there. It was just boring. The only
I don't
really
yeah.
motivations that I found was when Glenn, his group, went to Terminus, when Rick fought the Marauders, when Eugene shot the assault rifle. Best thing ever.
Was that when they fought the Marauders?
No,
Too?
no, no. Eugene, like when
No, 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 no.
Abraham and them were like
I meant
introduced.
like when Rick fought the
Yeah,
Marauders in season
yeah.
4.
Like Joe and them were like rips out that guy's mandible with like his teeth and just like
Huh?
slaughters the rest of
I
them.
feel like that was a different season for some reason.
Yeah, it feels like that. But
See,
like I actually
that's
thought that season they were going to Alexandria. I'm like, oh wait, that's next season.
yeah.
Jesus.
So okay, yeah, that was fucking cool. And then, yeah, then they got Terminus, and you're like, all
Very
right,
I love the cliffhanger at the end.
yeah. And then they all get shoved in the fucking rail car. Yeah. Um.
So
Yeah.
I'll
So
get that like
season.
a. Actually, I'll change it. I'll change it to a 6.5 only because of that last cliffhanger.
Yeah. So I'd say yeah. I'll do the same thing. Yeah. Okay. So in season 5, uh,
Boring.
it was
Well,
pretty
first
boring.
episode.
First
First
episode was
episode.
like holy shit, amazing, and then it went
Gabriel, the Terminus guys came back. They got killed off very easily.
yeah.
Then Rick and his group. Oh, all right, let's do this through the mid-season. Let's see. Beth gets kidnapped. She's forced to work in a hospital. She dies. All right, so I'll give that maybe a 5.5 because
I'd give it like a 5 because like yeah, some things happened and it was kind of exciting sometimes, but more often than not, it was still the same thing of it's kind of like you're just watching it. You're not really invested in it. You're not. You don't. I didn't care too much. I was just. It was kind of like, well, maybe something interesting will happen, but and if it doesn't, you're like, well, I'm not that surprised. And
you just gotta love it when Rick's in like that cop car and just rams the guy in the back.
yeah, that was pretty good. But then second half of the season was even
Very slow
worse.
the first
It was
episode.
so. There was the one episode where
Where they
they
just
didn't
walk
fucking
down the
do
road.
anything. I've mentioned this. Yeah, I know I've mentioned this to you before. That they found some water in the road, and then they walked down the road, and they're all
They were stuck in a
hungry.
barn at the
They
night.
fucking
They were all stuck together. They were trying to guard the barn from
yeah.
like the walkers,
They
and
ate some
I don't know how.
dogs. It
That
was the
really wasn't the
worst
best episode.
episode of the entire series. The only way that could have been worse is if Lori was still around. Oh my god, that was horrible.
Thank God season 3. Thank God season 3.
Yeah, thank God for that. Like halfway through season, the first half of season 3, like the third episode or something.
No, I think it was like I think it was a few more episodes, and I think it was like the sixth episode, like when was it that kid Andrew like pulled the alarm and T
Yeah,
Dog was killed.
that must have been like 4 or 5 in. Yeah, it was either way. Thank God for that episode. You're right. We spent okay. By the way, real quick, we've also spent like 15 and 20 minutes talking about The Walking Dead now. So let's try to speed this up a little bit. Season 5, second half of it was boring. I mean, it's just even when they got to Alexandria, you're still kind of going, I don't
Whatever.
know, because then they're just kind of talking to people. Rick shaves, and he starts hitting on Jesse, and you're kind of going, okay,
The only
cool.
thing that really saved it was well, let's see, second half season 2.5. Only reason that it even has a 2.5 is pretty much the ending where, Rick shoots Pete in the head. Rick accidentally slashes Reg's throat,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
Morgan shows up. Oh,
yeah,
and the introduction of the wolf. So that was something.
yeah.
Other than that, not very
Yeah,
good.
I'd give it like a 2
Nothing.
or 3. It really wasn't good. And that, because then, at the end of season 5, I was kind of like, well, The Walking Dead, it's here, I'll probably watch it, but I'm not really expecting too much. Then, we get to season 6, which is on now, and I'm like, holy shit, this is great. This is what I've been wanting the
We'll
entire
do
run of the
first
whole
half
show.
and then the other few
I think
episodes
we could
after.
probably do the whole season, because honestly, the whole season has been really good. The first half of the
All right.
season, we'll talk about it in halves, but I mean, we can give the whole season a rating as a whole, though, because it just, the whole season so far has been
Jesus.
on the same quality. Um,
Jesus.
Well, yeah, it's Jesus, yeah. Um,
It
first
started
half
out
of the season,
boring,
it
but
didn't though.
it.
It did not start out boring. Right off the bat, they were hurting. They were trying to get a quarry full of walkers away.
Oh yeah, and then the saviors got in. The
No, the
wolves
wolves. Yeah, the
attacked.
wolves got in. Yeah.
The wolves attacked, and then the battle
So.
the battle for that, and then Carol just goes all full like badass and kills all of well
Mhm.
most of them, and then Morgan takes one hostage,
Yeah.
and then I mean I can understand that, but
I
he
can,
did kind
but
of he
I can't.
changed at the end, but what happens if like the rest of the people don't change? I mean, I see that you're trying to make welding a
Yeah.
bar, and like
It's like
so why?
he lives in a world where you can't be some pacifist humanitarian type guy. You really can't.
Thanks, Easton.
Yeah,
You gotta-
that
gotta
was a
thank
good
you,
episode. I liked it. It did not need to happen, or especially not where it was put into the season. But I liked
But
the
it's still
episode either
enjoyable.
way. Yeah.
Former
So
prison psychiatrist turned stick ninja.
yeah, exactly. Um,
Suck it.
yeah. So that
Other
was
than that,
fun. Don't- but-
after that, Deanna gets bit. The
Yeah.
wall falls down.
Mhm.
Then I think through that portion, I would give that a solid 7.5. Only reason because it was full of action. Nothing seemed to slow down. Everybody was just on their heels the
Yeah.
whole time. Oh, and get through the Badlands, and then you see that last part where Daryl and them are driving down the road, and they encounter the Saviors. Just
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
you're probably now it's Negan.
I'd give it.
Then
I'd give it like an 8 or 9, 8 or 9, because it was just like it's like what I've been wanting from the show since the very start. So I'm like, it was perfect, and then it keeps going into the second half of the season. Then,
Daryl gets an RPG. He blows. Let's go back like before the RPG, like that awkward sexual tension between Abraham and Sasha. Oh God.
let's not talk about any of the sexual
You're right.
tension,
You're right. Yeah.
because it's the
Daryl
sexual
takes the
tension
RPG.
between not tension even. It's just like sexual behavior between Rick and Michonne and between Sasha. Well, I guess it is tension between Sasha and Abraham, but then she goes to this actual fucks Rosita, and I didn't like it. I didn't want it.
Yeah, that was
I'm
great.
just. It's the worst thing about it all is that when and then so the Rick or Carol and another random guy, and then Tara and her
Topaz,
and
I think it's name.
Denise, I think her name is.
God loves
they're
in
all-
there, and it's not
every-
even February.
They're all kissing. Everyone's kissing, and there's always these really tight shots of them kissing, and I'm just like, stop.
Oh God, do we need to turn this into a drama? This is why I don't watch Fear the Walking Dead, for
Yeah,
Christ's sake.
that show is fucking terrible.
And then
Oh.
let's see. Let's get like to the nitty gritty. Daryl blows up the Saviors with an RPG. Probably the best scene
That was
right there.
That was
Just
great. Yeah.
like ties for best along with like the Savior Massacre in like the recent episode.
Mhm.
Let's see. The entire the rest of Pete's family gets killed. Let's see, Sam freezes because Carol was being a dick and like put that seed of thought into his
Yeah,
mind.
well, fuck Sam.
He gets eaten, and then Jesse died, and Rick's having like those flashes while he's chopping off her hand.
Mm-hmm.
Ron gets stabbed governor style by Michonne, and then he accidentally
Shoots
shoots.
Carl. Yeah. Too bad
And
he
that's when
didn't
he was
die.
like aiming for Carl. I was like, he's here for Rick. Rick's here. Carl's there. Why you
Yeah.
just like? It's just pure luck that. And then the fight, the fight was
Good
pretty
old
good.
fight. Yeah. Um.
And then let's see. After that, let's see. The Walkers died 2 months later. The National Lampoon episode where
Next to the Poon's walking or zombie apocalypse, where Rick, Daryl,
I
and Jesus are running around in a
really
field to Benny Hill
listen.
music.
I really needed that in The Walking Dead. I just need an episode where I could just laugh at it and say, "What the hell are they
Yeah,
doing?"
and that's exactly what that episode was. And I thought what the best thing about that episode was they were the I've already mentioned this to you, but I guess we'll mention now that we're doing a podcast on it. It was the most human any of the characters have ever been on the whole show, and so that was it was a kind of big relief really to kind of see that. It's like, oh yeah, right, they're people.
He,
That's
he
what it
takes it out of the park and puts it in reverse, and he gets knocked out by the door.
And then they back it up into a goddamn river, whatever it was. That's really the fact that the van went into the truck or whatever it was went into the river was
just
the biggest
icing on the
biggest
cake.
thing that said to me that this is a fucking National Lampoon movie, and that instead of Andrew Lincoln playing Rick Grimes, it's Chevy Chase. You know, that was the biggest thing.
And then
Um,
after that, like the sex scene, then Jesus
Yeah,
walks in
I
just
thought
like.
we were determined we're not talking about it. I don't.
And then after that, they. All right, next
And then
episode.
Jesus,
Next
Jesus
episode.
comes in. He's like, "Oh, hey, what are you guys doing?"
I. And then we learn about the Hilltop Colony next episode, and they're like they're like the Alexandria, except they got more food,
They're like Alexandria in 1620.
and they have a pediatrician. You hear me? A pediatrician,
Is
not
that
a
what he was?
vet.
I thought he was. I thought he was something else.
No, I think it was like something like monitors ultrasounds or something like that. I can't
I
remember.
don't remember the word for it. Yeah. Anyway.
And then like Gregory, the leader, gets stabbed, and then Rick just goes and like does all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Does Rick
And then
stuff.
like we'll kill Negan, and then it was kind of boring, but really there were some like good moments of it.
I liked
next
it. Yeah.
next episode, the recent episode,
Mm-hmm.
they plot the attack.
Yeah, on the some
They
Savior compound.
they
Yeah.
they cut off a walker's head, do some arts and crafts stuff with it. Rick punches the head in the nose a few times to break it.
Yeah.
Nighttime comes, they're like at the abandoned AT&T factory. Well, what'd
Where
you call
they
it? Like,
produce AT&Ts.
AT&Ts, and then the guards do the Mexican guard does like the funniest impression. He burnt my nose. And then the
Yep,
guy
yep,
with like
there you go.
the best beard.
Yeah. Yep.
What was he whistling? Was he whistling "Happy Birthday" or "Here Comes the Bride"? Because it sounded like "Happy
I
Birthday."
think it was
but
Here
that's,
Comes the Bride. I don't remember though.
they're so
yeah.
close resembled though. And then
Yeah,
like
they got into the compound. They
swiftly go in.
the hardest sleeping people ever because
God, like,
because
the
Glenn and
lights
the other guy
out.
went into the room, opened the door, the light was shining in, and they were
Took
like,
forever to
they're kind of going, shoot him, and they still didn't do anything. They still didn't wake up. I don't get it.
I think the
and
most
they got him,
gruesome
so.
thing about that episode was like the pictures of like the people's faces that
Oh,
were
yeah.
caved in.
That's
And I
like,
was like,
that's
oh
like,
god, that's Negan who
that's
did
like,
it right
that's
there.
like going onto the dark part of Reddit. You just seeing pictures of dead bodies all over the place.
Oh god, I was seeing Hatchet 3. That is exactly the movie right there. Just
Yeah.
all those faces just and then, Sasha and Abraham just watching that door, just trying to open the savior, just
Taking a piss and he sees them.
pulls the convenient fire alarm.
Yeah,
and
of
then,
course.
you
Yeah,
know,
of course. It's a goddamn fire alarm right there.
and then the best firefight that I've seen in The Walking Dead was just AKs and shots and
Yeah.
everything else.
Those people. Do you watch Film Theory at all, or Game Theory even?
Yeah, I watch Game Theory.
Yeah. So do you know about Film Theory at least? The other channel.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So they did an episode on The Walking Deaf. But like, cause there's a lot of times where the group is walking around and somehow a walker sneaks up and gets them, and you kind of wonder like these are like hardcore killers now. They've been doing this for a long time. How does a walker sneak up on them? And basically, because of all the shooting they do, that they're deaf. because they can't, because they're always just shooting things right next to their
Why
ears.
wear hearing protection?
Yeah, well, yeah, they should, but they don't. But so I was thinking about that while watching this past episode when they're in that compound because they're all in really tight spaces. They're all shooting these big guns. I'm like, those guys cannot hear shit anymore. They are deaf out of their mind.
And then Heath and Glenn just like shooting through the door.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those
and then
guys
Jesus
too.
comes up
yeah.
and shoots them, and I was like,
Whoa.
bandana man.
Yeah. And
Gabriel gets his first kill.
That was a great scene.
Preaching Ezekiel, and then just like when he shoots him, he's like, "Amen."
Yeah. Oh, that was
best
good.
line of the entire show,
good.
right there.
Yeah.
And then just like, I wonder which one of them was Negan. And then you just see like the guy who's running out. I'm like, it's fucking him. Shoot him.
Get him. And then they shoot him. I'm like, oh wait, it's not him.
And then
okay.
we have a Carol and a Maggie. I was like, you're making this sound like a grocery store. We have a Carol and a Maggie on aisle 32, please.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like not say we have Carol and Maggie. We have a Carol and a Maggie. I'm like, you're making it sound like there's a product. Why?
Or there's some sort of a mess. Like it's a code word for like
clean up
like a kindergarten like
aisle
a 6-year-old throwing up near the cereal aisle.
So overall, season 6 so far, 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm giving up there with that 8 from the first half. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's slowed down. That's why I'm removing probably about like 1.5 a star, but it's still going on pretty gosh darn fast.
I think so.
And what they're gonna do this next episode, I'm still wondering. I mean, I saw like Carol and them are gonna be ransacked. They're probably gonna be taken back to the sanctuary.
Yeah, wherever the other people are.
Oh god,
yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So we've talked about The Walking Dead for like 20, 30 minutes now. We're gonna move on now. So you're into movies, horror movies type stuff. Okay. You've seen Beetlejuice then? I'm assuming.
Kitty, yes, I have. I'm kind of into horror movies, but just not really anymore. I mean, they just fail to appeal me anymore. It's because Michael Bay's doing them.
Is he?
Well, his company, Platinum Dunes, are doing them. You just see like all those big name reboots, and I'm like, I've got like all of them here, and I did not find one of them enjoyable. I am tempted enough to just throw them in like a bonfire, but they cost me money, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. So there was a leak that a new Beetlejuice was going to get made. Everyone's like, oh man, here, let's see. I'll see.
That really doesn't. I mean, I can understand like they would try to make it. I mean, I feel like somebody from Beetlejuice actually died though. Oh wait, never mind.
No, Alec Baldwin's still around.
Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Yeah, Jack Nicholson. He's got gray hair now.
No, well, he wasn't in Beetlejuice.
I thought he was.
No, well maybe he was in some scene, but he wasn't like an important character or anything.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton was Beetlejuice, and he's still around. He's really the only person they would need to have in the new one anyway. So this is it's on io9.gizmodo.com. There was a someone I don't know who had rumored that Tim Burton said that they have the film, it's ready to go, everyone's all ready to do it, and then they're like, oh wait, no, that guy who said that was lying out of his ass. So,
I mean, how long was it ago? Like they made Beetlejuice. This was back in what 1988, and what's the year now? 2016. So that's about what 18 years.
I think, no,
28 years.
Yeah. Let's see. Beetlejuice came out in 1988.
I mean, if they made like a sequel like a few years later, I'd understand. But just why would you kind of do it now?
I like Beetlejuice, and I want Beetlejuice. Another one. So I don't care when it comes out. I would just like one. And okay, but the other thing though is a lot of
I don't think it's BS.
Why?
Tim Burton confirmed that the sequel would go ahead.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I said that, yeah. So he said that people were reporting that. He said, "Yep, it's happening," and then, but he didn't say that like publicly or anything. It was just one source that said that he told him that, and then other sources then said, I've since discovered that, oh no, that guy who reported that was lying, and Tim Burton didn't actually say that. Or if he said that, Tim Burton wasn't telling the truth. So that's
If they make a sequel, all right, I'll go watch it. That's about it. If it's good, if it's good, it's good.
oh yeah, I'd watch it. Yeah.
If it's bad, don't expect me to go watch it.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
expect me
well,
to
yeah,
go watch it.
I wouldn't. I can't go to just see movies blindly because what I kind of mentioned earlier that they're expensive, and so I'd only want to go to ones that I know are really good, and or ones that are like I wasn't planning on to see Zootopia, but then I heard that it's like surprisingly good, so I'm like, well, I kind of want to go see it. But still haven't yet, but that's kind of looking for that.
I might
And so
like go and like see it.
yeah, so
I
if it's
might.
something that I want to see, I'm still gonna wait, and see. Oh, is it any good? Unless, okay, but it's different though. Unless if it's like Star Wars though, because like, when Force Awakens came out, no one when I had seen it, I really wasn't paying attention to what anyone was saying because I really wanted to make sure I didn't get any spoilers for it. I guess, but I still heard that like people who had saw like the early screening earlier that week that they really liked it. So I was just kind of like, all right, well, it'll probably be good then. And yeah, sure enough, I loved it. So yeah, I decided to bring that up because I just kind of thought it was interesting that I saw that. Also,
Yeah.
I have a list right here. What's it gonna talk
Um,
about? I have no idea.
what's next?
I'm
I
saying,
don't
I
know.
don't know what fit in. I mean, we can talk about the new Hitman game. Do you ever play the other Hitmans?
I've watched Hitman, but I've never really played it. Here's another picture from the Zootopia movie for you, just before we
Put on the
like move
Discord?
on. There you go.
All right, let me look. Oh, okay. I'll see if I can put that in the video. That's pretty good. What is it? Oh, the Hitman, yeah.
It's 50-50 for me
I
for Hitman.
I really liked Blood Money, and most people are in agreement on that.
Yeah,
I
Blood Money.
didn't mind Absolution, but most people did not like that one. But I've seen videos and stuff of the initial beta or whatever it was, where you have to do like a training mission. Oh, that looked really good. There's videos came out today now of people doing like the first proper mission where like I think it takes place in Paris or something. And that looks
Paris
really
bombing.
good. And the video I linked in the list of stuff for you to watch is it's by a guy named Robaz, and it's really funny. It doesn't quite show what like a proper like Hitman run for the game, but it's really funny, and it kind of shows you some of the mechanics for the game, and how it definitely looks and plays a lot more like Blood Money did, which is I think it's really really good, and I might actually get it, but for whatever goddamn reason, the people over at Dice, I can't remember who does Hitman, but they decided, well, we're gonna make this game that people really like. Let's make it episodic.
Oh my god. Listen,
I-
I've already had to deal with episodic video games. Telltale has already done that to me too many times. I don't want to do more
Yeah, but
episodes.
for Telltale, it makes sense. Hitman, it doesn't. I have no goddamn clue why did they do this? It doesn't make any sense. It's not like it's Square Enix, by the way. It's not the type of game
EA.
you make episodic because it's just not that
It's
type
not
of
EA.
game. It's as simple as that. You do your missions, especially if you're gonna make it more like Blood Money, where there's not necessarily like a whole overarching story. That it's more that you're just a hitman, and you're just gonna go and do your job or whatever. So I don't know why. So there's
Why
just
do
gonna
you
be
need
kind
to
of
make
putting
that
up.
episodic? I mean, you're
Yeah,
just
there's
going
really-
out killing a person.
I
That's
think
about it.
what I'm speculating and what other people are speculating too is that they just don't have the game done yet, but they still want to get it out. So they're like, well, we had these first few missions done. We'll give them that. We'll let them chew on that for a bit, and then in a few months, when episode 2 comes out, we'll release the second bit of second few missions that we have done. That way, because we haven't even started on the last bit of the game. So when the episode 4 comes out, or I don't know how many episodes are meant to be, but then we can have more time to do those episodes or those missions. That's what I'm thinking. But it's still like just delay the game some more. Give us a complete game. So
I mean, think of a game that you're playing as almost like a hitman or assassin, but you just really don't want to play. I mean,
Hmm?
well, how you're saying it's episodic, it makes me think that it's a game that I don't want to play, and
Oh yeah.
it's kind of making me think back to when I actually played Assassin's Creed 4, and I absolutely hate that.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I've never been too into
You had to
Assassin's
walk
Creed.
around for 30 minutes and trail a person until you finally get to
Yeah.
kill them. Then you gotta do the same thing again and again. All right, Black Flags was good. I at least want to be on a pirate ship and doing something other than having to go. There you go. Just
Yeah.
30 minutes of just walking and tailing a guy.
That's what every Hitman game, or not Hitman, Assassin's Creed game is though. That's why I don't like Assassin's Creed. That's why I don't know why people buy them, because they're just boring. Simple as that.
Listen, I don't need to know a million and one ways how to break a person's neck. I'm gonna do it the
Million and one
simple way.
ways? You're giving Assassin's Creed too much credit. It's like the same 3 ways. Yeah, you just you either,
One,
I mean,
two.
you just go up and you just slice him with a sword, or you come up and you take the hidden blade and you stab him, or you come behind and slit their throat or whatever. So
Or you stab.
okay, 4, or you come up from above and you drop down and you hit him with the hidden blade. So
It's
a
just
million and one
basically a
ways
stabbing.
is way too much for Assassin's Creed. It's been pretty generic for its entire run. Because I look at stuff for like the most recent what's the most recent one called?
Black Flags, I think it was, or was it the
No,
multiplayer?
it was the one that takes place in England.
Let me look
Yeah,
it
Black
up.
Flag was quite a while ago. Syndicate, that's it. So you look at Syndicate and you look, and then I the one I've actually played quite a bit of is the first one, and it's really not that different. It looks, I mean, it looks like it plays pretty much the same. It could be a bit skewed on that, but I'm just going, but kind of basing it off of what I've done. So I don't know. Either way, I mean, if you want a game where you're gonna sneak around and kill people, definitely go for Hitman. Don't get Absolution. Apparently, get the new Hitman. Also, for some reason, this is a trend that I've hated for a long time. Is when they're rebooting something, but it's like a soft reboot, but it's also part of a series. They just kind of name it. So this one is just Hitman. But it's not like it's the first Hitman. It's like a soft reboot, and it's also like a continuation of the game. It's a sequel.
Yeah.
So, and well, the movies do this a lot. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but
Reboots and stuff.
yeah, where it's like it's
Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th.
yeah, okay, perfect.
Chainsaw
That's a perfect
Massacre.
example. Yeah. So it's like
Psycho.
yeah. So it's like 'cause Psycho not so much, but it's like
Oh no,
they
it
take
still keeps the name.
they take
Still
it.
keeps the name.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's also retelling the story. That's actually like a reboot, or like a redo. I guess I don't know. And actually, and it works for the new Ghostbusters too, which we can talk about if you want to.
They're making a new one?
Yeah, the all female cast one. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe not.
I didn't know about that.
You-
No. Okay, sorry. I'm lost in the dark when it comes to these things.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, I did read about that. I just didn't really put too much thinking or anything. I was like, oh god,
Didn't put too much thinking.
yeah, I gotta be thinking about this. Why do I have to think of like female Ghostbusters now? It's like cheerleaders for the Budweiser commercial or something like that.
It has some really funny people in that, but based off the trailer they put out, it looks like it's gonna be really
Melissa McCarthy,
Kristen
Marilyn
Wiig.
Monroe.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, she's still in it. She's not dead or anything.
Biff Tannen from Back to the Future,
yeah,
and
that too. Yep.
Kevin Bacon.
Famous for Tremors and nothing else.
Oh yeah, the cop car. No, Footloose. He was good. Footloose.
Nope,
Nope.
he wasn't in that.
It wasn't
Nope.
it Oh
He's
yeah,
only been
that's
in
right.
Tremors. That was Devin Bacon.
Ted Jinkleheimer. that
Ted
was his
Bacon
name.
and
Ted Bacon.
oops,
My
I missed
bad.
the thing again.
We were still going on about the
No.
female Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't look like a good movie. We were talking about before. Oh yeah, they were talking about the Hitman and stuff. I guess actually that's about all I have to say about that too.
Hitman.
Um,
There you go. It's Hitman.
okay.
Hitman's Hitman.
So, one final thing, and I'll send you a link to this when we're done. I just want to bring it up before we go. So there's this thing called the Walk of Life project take the song Walk of Life by Dire Straits and puts it at the end of movies, and it always works. And it's pretty funny to watch. So, I'm gonna put a link to that in the description as well as all the other stuff we talked about on this episode. And and then you guys can kind of check that out. But
Just made the best
it's pretty funny though. And you'll recognize the song if you don't know it already. You'll recognize it when you start watching the videos. It's funny because like there's one. It takes this one. The one I watched was Mad Max, and I also watched.
Oh, it was in the Batman movie and the Birds. Oh, it was in the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't in any of these
Dark
movies.
Rises.
It wasn't in any of the movies. They added it in, and it works. It just fits the movie. It's pretty funny. Oops, shouldn't have kicked my desk. So
Halloween.
So that's about it for this episode of the Brewcast. Sorry about The Walking Dead for the whole time.
Oh wait, I want to add one last thing. If you guys are actually going to go and watch a movie, I recommend Psycho 3. Just skip the.
All right.
Just skip the fourth one. Just go straight on. Just go straight on. Just. Anthony Perkins was the best in that movie. I'm free. I'll finally be free. So the guy who's escorting him, I was like, "You're gonna go to prison for a long time." I was like, "But I'll be free. I'll finally be free." I'm like, "Yes, you will. It's all right.
Yes, you will.
So, get your ass in that cop car right now. We're gonna drive you away to the insane asylum, but you'll be free. Don't worry."
Yeah. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Goodbye.